Welcome to Infinity plugin for Autodesk Revit, a smart productivity tool designed to automate workflows, reduce manual effort, and save valuable project time. Let's take a quick look at the core tools included in the Infinity plugin. We begin with User Account Management, where users can easily register and log in to access all plugin features, ensuring a secure and personalized experience. Next is the Script Runner, one of the most powerful tools in Infinity. It allows users to execute Python and C++ scripts directly inside Revit, making it possible to automate complex and custom tasks that go beyond standard Revit functionality. Then we have Autosave. Users can define a specific time interval, and Revit will automatically save the file, helping protect your work and avoid data loss during unexpected situations. Next is the Time Summary tool helps monitor productivity by tracking the time spent on projects, giving better insight into work progress and effort. Next is the Print Manager. Users can print drawings in bulk to PDF and CAD formats, along with custom file naming, making documentation faster and well organized. Then we have the Sheet Manager simplifies sheet workflows using Excel input. Users can create sheets automatically, clean up sheets and views, and rename sheets in bulk with ease. Next is the Revision Manager allows users to import revisions from Excel and update multiple sheets at once, ensuring accuracy and consistency across the project. The Selection Manager helps save time by creating reusable selection sets for complex elements, eliminating the need for repeated manual selection. Finally, we have Check Updates ensures users always stay up to date with the latest features and improvements of the Infinity plugin. Infinity plugin is built to streamline Revit workflows, boost productivity, and let you focus on what truly matters, designing and delivering better projects. Let's now take a more detailed overview of each tool, so we can clearly understand how it works and how it can be used in real projects. We'll start with creating an account or logging in. Let's go to the User Account option. When we click on it, the plugin asks us to enter an email address and a password. If you are already a registered user, you can simply click Sign In. If you are a new user, click Create a new login. After clicking Create Account, then click Register. In this case, we are already logged in. This is how simple it is to access the Infinity plugin using the User Account feature. Now let's move on to the Script Runner. When we click on Script Runner, an interface opens with multiple options. Here we can see two main scripting options. The first option is Python. By selecting Python, we can write a Python script directly inside the interface and run it instantly. The second option is C++. If we choose this option, we can write a C++ script and execute it in the same way. Now, if you don't have coding knowledge, there's no need to worry. Infinity plugin provides an AI prompt option to help generate scripts easily. When we click on AI prompt, it automatically copies a ready-made prompt. AI prompt for Python and C++ both are different. We can paste this prompt into any AI agent. Let's go to an AI agent and test it. Now we pasted what we have copied. At the end of the prompt, it asks for our requirement. For example, we can write, count the total number of doors, windows, and walls in the entire project. One important thing to remember is to update the Revit version at the top of the prompt. This is essential because different Revit versions use different libraries. In this case, we are using Revit 2024, so we update the version accordingly. Once we submit the request, the AI generates a script for us. We simply copy the generated code. Back in the Script Runner, we click the Paste Code button, which pastes the script automatically. Then we click Run and the script executes successfully. As you can see, the output is displayed immediately. If the script encounters any errors or if the logic is unclear, the output window at bottom will show comments or error messages. In that case, we can copy the error, return to the AI agent, explain the issue, and receive a corrected script. We then paste the updated code and run it again. Please save your work before running the script to avoid data loss. We have also added a button to save the project. This is how the AI-powered script runner works, making automation easy, fast, and accessible even for users without programming experience. Now let's take a detailed look at the autosave settings in the Infinity plugin. This tool allows you to automatically save your projects or families at a specific time interval, helping protect your work and avoid data loss. At the top, we have the Enable Autosave checkbox. This works as an on and off switch for the tool. When the checkbox is enabled, autosave is turned on. When it is unchecked, the tool is disabled. Next, we have the Save Interval option. Here, you can enter the number of minutes after which the file should be saved automatically. You can set any interval based on your workflow and project requirements. Below that, we have the option Save All Open Documents. When this option is enabled, Infinity will save all open Revit projects and family files together, instead of saving only the active file. Now let's look at the notification settings. There are two notification options available. The first option is Show Reminder Pop-up. When this option is selected, Infinity will display a pop-up message at the defined time interval, reminding you that it is time to save the file. The second option is Silent Mode Save in Background. When this is selected, the files are saved automatically in the background without any pop-up or interruption. Once all settings are configured, simply click Apply Settings. This saves your preferences, and autosave will work according to the selected options, either silently in the background or with reminder notifications. The autosave tool ensures your work is always protected while allowing you to focus on your design without distractions. Now let's take a detailed look at the Time Summary tool. When we open this tool, we are presented with a clean and user-friendly interface. At the top, we can see the currently open project name. When we click on it, a drop-down appears showing all projects that have been calculated in the time summary. Below this, there is a table that displays the total time spent on the selected project. At the top of the table, we have an option called Group Daily Totals. When this option is enabled, all sessions from the same day are grouped together. For example, if a project is open multiple times in one day, those sessions are combined into a single daily entry, giving a more compact and readable view. If you want to see the time spent in each individual session, you can simply uncheck this option. Below the table, we can see the total time spent over the last 7 days, as well as the current month's total time. On the right side, we have two important checkboxes. The first one is All Projects. When this is enabled, the time summary displays the total hours spent across all projects, instead of just the selected one. The second checkbox is 30 days. When unchecked, the summary shows data for the last 7 days. When enabled, it displays the total time spent over the last 30 days. Below this, we have two additional configuration options. The first is Idle Time. Here we can define an idle duration ranging from 1 to 15 minutes. If Revit remains idle for this specified time or longer, that duration will not be counted in the time tracking. The second option is Minimum Log Time. Sometimes we open a project briefly just to review something. If we don't want such short sessions to be logged, we can set a minimum time, for example 5 minutes. Any session shorter than this duration will not be recorded. Once these values are set, we simply click the Set button to save the settings. On the right side, we can see the time spent highlighted in green, which corresponds to the project currently selected at the top. In the bottom left corner, there is a Logs option. Here we can select and delete logs for completed projects or remove entries that are no longer required. At the top right corner, we have Advanced Analytics. When we click this option, a detailed project analytics window opens. Here we can export time summary data for a specific project and time range. We can choose from last 7 days, last 30 days, all time, or even define a custom date range. On the right side, we can filter by file type. Projects are tracked in RVT format and families in RFA format. We can enable or disable these options depending on whether we want project time, family time, or both. Below, we can see a list of all projects along with their total time spent, and at the bottom, a small chart visually representing the time distribution. To export the data, we simply select one or more projects and click Export Data. If multiple projects are selected, we can choose Separate Files per project. When enabled, Infinity creates a zip file containing individual CSV files for each project. If disabled, all data is exported into a single combined CSV file. Please note that if Revit is minimized or you are working in another application, the time will not be counted. Only the actual time spent actively working in Revit is tracked. This is how detailed project analytics and time summary works. It provides accurate tracking, clear insights, and powerful export options to help manage and analyze project time efficiently. Let's now take a detailed look at the Print Manager option in the Infinity plugin. When we open Print Manager, a dedicated interface appears. On the left side, we have a table where we can select the sheets and views we want to export. On the right side, we have the export settings where we configure all print and output options. Let's go through each option step by step. At the top, we can select an existing print set if one is already created in Revit. Alternatively, if we want to manually choose sheets and views, we can do that as well. There are two checkboxes available, one for sheets and one for views. If we want to print only sheets, we can enable the Sheets option. If we want both sheets and views, we can enable both checkboxes. We also have a sorting option for sheets to control the print order. In the table below, we can manually select the sheets or views we want to export. Once the selection is done, we move to the right side for print settings. First, we have the export mode where we can choose between PDF and CAD. Let's start by selecting PDF. Below this, we have the print setup settings, where we can choose page size, orientation, and other print-related configurations based on project requirements. There are also visibility settings, allowing us to control what elements appear in the exported files. Next, we select the output folder path, which defines where the exported PDF or CAD files will be saved. Below that, we have file naming options. If we choose separate files, each sheet will be exported as an individual PDF. Here we can control how the files are named. There are two checkboxes, one for sheet number and one for sheet name. If only sheet number is selected, the PDF files will be named using the sheet number. If both options are selected, the files will include both the sheet number and the sheet name from the Revit project browser. There is also a text field where we can define a separator, such as a dash or underscore, between the sheet number and name. If we want to export all sheets into a single combined PDF, we simply select Combine into one file and enter a custom file name. Once everything is set, we click Export, and the PDFs are generated in the selected output folder. Now, if we want to export CAD files, we go back to Export mode and switch from PDF to CAD. Here we can configure CAD-specific export settings, choose the output path, apply naming rules, and click Export. The Print Manager makes bulk exporting fast, flexible, and fully customizable, whether you're generating PDFs or CAD files for delivery. Let's now take a detailed overview of the Sheet Manager tool. When we open Sheet Manager, a well-organized interface appears with multiple options at the top, each designed to simplify sheet-related workflows. The first option is Renumber. This tool allows us to bulk renumber or rename sheets in a single operation. The second option is Create from Excel or CSV. This allows us to create multiple sheets by importing data directly from an Excel or CSV file. Next, we have Find and Replace. This option helps us find specific text in sheet names or view names and replace it in bulk, similar to how we do it in Excel. Then we have Create from Views. This option is useful when we have views that are not placed on any sheets. It allows us to automatically create sheets and place those views onto them. Finally, we have the Cleanup option. Here we can remove unplaced views or empty sheets that don't contain any views, helping keep the project clean and organized. Now let's take a closer look at how each option works. Renumber sheets. In the Renumber option on the left side, we select the starting sheet and ending sheet from the drop-down list. For example, we can choose to renumber sheets from 101 to 106. On the right side, we define the new sheet format. We can add a prefix, a suffix, and specify a number or alphabet series. Once everything is set, we click Apply Renumber, and all selected sheets are renumbered instantly. Now let's move to Create from CSV. First, we click Download Template. This downloads a CSV file that we can save on our computer. We then open the CSV file and enter the sheet numbers and sheet names we want to create. After saving the file, we return to Sheet Manager and click Import CSV. Once imported, the table at the bottom is populated with the sheet data from the CSV. At the top of the table, we select the title block from the drop-down. After selecting the required title block, we click Create Sheets, and all sheets are created automatically based on the CSV input. Next is the Find and Replace option. Here we can search for specific text in sheet names or view names and replace it with new text. Just like in Excel, we enter the text to find the replacement text and click Replace. The changes are applied instantly across the project. Now let's look at Create from Views. First, we select the title block to be used for the new sheets. Then, a table displays all views that are not currently placed on any sheet. We select the required views and click Generate Sheets. Infinity automatically creates new sheets with auto-generated sheet numbers, names the sheets based on the view names, and places each view onto its corresponding sheet. Finally, we have the Cleanup option. There are two checkboxes available. The first is Include Unplaced Views. When enabled, clicking Find Trash Items identifies all views that are not placed on any sheets. We can then delete them if they are no longer needed. The second option is Include Empty Sheets. When enabled, Infinity finds all sheets that don't contain any views. These empty sheets can be selected and deleted in one click. This is how the Sheet Manager works, from bulk renumbering and sheet creation to cleanup, helping you keep your Revit project clean, organized, and efficient. Let's now take a detailed overview of the Revision Manager tool in the Infinity plugin. When we open Revision Manager, we can see two main windows. The first window is used to assign or remove revisions from sheets. The second window allows us to create revisions, either manually or by importing them from a CSV file. Let's go through both of these one by one. In the Assign Revisions window on the left side, we have a table showing the list of sheets in the project. Here we can see the sheet number, sheet name, and the latest revision applied to each sheet. For example, in the latest revision column, we can see a revision number such as revision number 1, number 2, number 3, along with its description. On the right side, we have a list of all revisions that already exist in the project. To update a revision, we simply select the required sheets from the left side table. Then on the right side, we select the revision or revisions that need to be added or removed. Once selected, we click Add Selected Revisions. Within seconds, the revisions are applied, and we can immediately see the updated revision information in the latest revision column. Now let's move to the second window, Create/Import Revisions. Here we can create revisions manually, or we can generate them automatically by importing a CSV file. To create revisions using CSV, we first click Download Template. This downloads a CSV template file which we save on our computer. Next, we open the CSV file and enter the revision data we want to create in the project. After saving the CSV file, we return to the Revision Manager. We then click Import CSV, select the Save CSV file, and open it. As soon as the file is imported, all revisions are created automatically inside the project. Using Revision Manager, we can easily create, assign, update, or remove revisions across multiple sheets at once, ensuring accuracy, consistency, and significant time savings in revision management. Now let's take a detailed look at the Selection Manager tool in the Infinity plugin. When we click on Selection Manager, a floating window opens. This tool is especially useful when working with complex or repetitive element selections. In many projects, we often need to select the same group of elements multiple times, for example, internal walls, structural elements, or specific components. Manually selecting these elements every time can be time-consuming and difficult. The Selection Manager allows us to create selection sets, so we can quickly reselect those elements whenever needed. At the top, we have a saved selection list, where all created selection sets are displayed. Let's see how we can create a selection set. First, we manually select the elements in the model, for example, internal walls. Once the elements are selected, we click the Save Current button. A pop-up appears asking for a name for the selection set. We enter a name such as internal walls and click OK. The selection set is now saved and visible in the list. Whenever we need to select these elements again, we simply double-click the Save Selection Set. Instantly, all associated elements are highlighted and selected in the model. If a selection set is no longer needed or was created by mistake, we can select it from the list and click Delete to remove it. Though simple, this tool significantly improves productivity by reducing repetitive selection work and making updates faster and easier. Finally, we have the Check Updates option. This feature allows users to stay informed about the latest updates and new tools released for the Infinity plugin. When we click Check Updates, it displays the available update details. By clicking the Update option, we are redirected directly to the Autodesk App Store, where we can download and install the latest version of the plugin. This ensures that we always have access to the newest features, improvements, and enhancements.